superheroes himself. But
correct.
What we come to find out, this is a little twist, is he's the one that creates superheroes. And the whole time there's this, what are we going to call it? There's this sense of like, is this the ending or whatever? Mm-hmm. But again, he's a comic book connoisseur, so he's saying this is an origin story. Everybody dies.
Yeah. Word.
They killed Mr. Glass. Well, matter of fact, once Kevin found out that he killed his dad, he broke his shoulder. Mm-hmm. Or he hit him in the shoulder.
Yeah, he hit him in the shoulder, but it kind of was whatever. But then
he punched him in the chest. Yeah. Wheelchair went back 6 feet.
And you knew this nigga was not about to make it.
And he dies. And David Dunn is...
Also, what does it say at the bottom there? That last that number amount? What was that? Is that at the bottom?
92.
94 breaks. 94.
That's wrong, because he had actually got like...
Well, he actually got like another 6 breaks. Probably more, because, you know, he was in a wheelchair. He probably broke every rib in his body.
Fell down and you had another crack.
Exactly.
Some just got the best scream ever. I can't do it. That scream.
Yeah, we can't do it.
You told the one where what was it, the Hateful Eight, where he had got shot.
That same scream.
Same
motherfucker. Every time they kill one of them, you see this clover on their wrist, which is a cool tattoo. And the Clover organization was someone who was trying to hide superheroes' existence from the world. So they went in there trying to save them. And the lady told David Dunn, before she drowned him, of course, that she would let him live as long as he didn't believe he was a superhero anymore. Kevin died because every time he touched his rape victim, I'm sorry, we're never call her a rape victim.
Well, no, she was a rape victim in domestic.
She wasn't his rape victim.
Well, every time he touched a fellow rape victim, because remember, Kevin also was raped.
Yeah. He would lose the beast.
Yeah, he would lose the Horde. It would just be him. Correct. So the Horde would basically go.
The Horde came back when she was touching him too, though.
The Horde. Well, different people in the Horde came back, and then Kevin said, "I have assumed control," basically accepting that what happened to him.
The beast is bulletproof, by the way.
Yeah, the beast is bulletproof.
Yeah, but when he's Kevin, he's not bulletproof anymore.
Correct. What would be awesome, I mean, M. Night Shyamalan, if you want to take this, would be for there to be a character that could revive people, and they end up reviving all of these people. And then the scenario now is taking place where they need the Clover organization.
To be the one to revive them, because they kind of set it up that David Dunn's son from the first Unbreakable movie, he got old.
Yeah, he got old.
He's there.
Yep,
the
he's there.
The victim is there. And Mr. Glass' mom, was she alive in that movie?
Yeah.
The first one?
Yeah, she was in that movie, but she wasn't as old. I think they tried to age her. I didn't think they did a very good job. They just made her look like she was Frankenstein's bride. But, you know, that's a minor setback for the movie.
So remember I told you the whole thing was being filmed? Mm-hmm. Mr. Glass set the cameras up and sent them a copy of everything that happened that was like superhero-like. And then they shared it with the world, and now the whole world knows that these superheroes exist. And the Clover organization was trying to hide that they exist. So the question is,
was Glass a good guy or a bad guy?
Glass is technically both, because he creates heroes and he creates villains. He's not really on the side of whatever, because he didn't really like the Beast. He only wanted the Beast so that he could prove that superheroes exist. So he was using the Beast, but he technically created the hero as well. And the hero stopped him last time. So he's kind of more of an anti-hero than anything. He does a lot of bad things, but even with the train thing, he was only doing the train thing because he wanted to prove that heroes could exist.
He's a villain. The ends never justify the means for him.
Yeah, but the same thing for most anti-heroes. The Punisher's an anti-hero. He kills a fuck ton of people.
He kills people trying to kill him.
No, he kills a fuck ton of people.
I think he kills people.
He kills people regardless.
The Punisher is out. I got a week to watch it.
Yeah, I got a week to watch it. That Killer Mike shit first, though. Shout out to Killer Mike. Trigger warning. Yeah, you better watch Trigger Warning first. It's gonna hurt some of your feelings, but it's whatever. This is what Mr. Glass's mom looked like. Again, you can't really age somebody like that. Yeah, they did it. They did a bad job because she's not old. Yeah, she's not old.
And they're like, damn, this bitch ain't aged at all.
It's Charlene Woodard. She has already won a Academy Award.
The question we ask is, it set up a whole universe where superheroes actually exist, and there's a team of regular humans like, nah, fuck that. Y'all can't exist. You're not going to show us that we're wicked in what we believe we are.
Sorry, she won a Tony. Academy, it's an award from an Academy, but not the same one.
Yeah, the Tony is for, like, stage plays.
Yes.
Yeah, so the world is set up now. Although I don't think he'll do it. The question is what happens next.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't think he's got the juice to do it. Also, the M. Night Shyamalan cameo, hilarious. The whole point of it was just to have the whole dad thing. It's like like if you've ever heard like a conversation between two people and you're just there and you're just like,
he's in every movie he's in, though, right?
I don't know, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he put himself in all his movies.
Okay, hey, I've never known, but I thought they did pretty good.
By the way, the end result. We're gonna have to do this new movie review. You know, we're gonna have to come up with something original. Like, man, see that shit? Don't see that shit. Still that shit.
I think this is one where it's like, see that shit.
See that shit.
Because it's a pretty good movie. All the critics who gave it bad ratings are like, who was disappointing? I'm like, all right, I get that maybe you didn't like.
I think the end is disappointing because there's no finality to it. You have more questions. Yeah. But that's a genius thing to do as well.
Well, yeah, because you wanted to
die, but I want more.
Exactly. I want more. And I hate that people were like, they took too long during the middle because like they needed all that time though. They needed to go through all the steps of trying to make someone feel like they're crazy and then having them get to the point.
They did a good job convincing me as the audience that they would actually believe that they were crazy.
Well, no. You knew Mr. Glass wasn't convinced. You knew Kevin was kind of starting to flip-flop back and forth. And you knew that they had obviously convinced David Dunn. Because
I think they were trying to convince us, too.
Well, yeah, but they were trying to convince us. But to a certain extent, you have to suspend your disbelief. And that's why I was like, all right, I can see how, because the thing about it is when the personalities started kind of like started questioning it themselves, then they've done a good job. Because it's hard to convince 27 people or 30-something people that they're all doing whatever. But
I think they were trying to convince us, the audience, that they weren't real either. But I guess since we came into the idea of believing that they are real, that you weren't going to take that away.
True.
But could they have done that to certain people? That's the question. Like, did it convince you enough that they aren't? Like, dude.
No, we have to leave that up to the audience. So you hit us up
as an audience member, I wasn't convinced, but.
Well, no, not just us. The audience in general. Like, audience, if you're at, send us an email on everydayblackmen@gmail.com and let us know if you think that they convinced you. Oh yeah, or put a post on the website. Put a post on Facebook.
We have a website?
Hit us on Instagram.
Coming soon.
Website coming soon. But fuck all this shit. We getting long in the tooth. I'm gonna skip straight into music because we've been going on forever. And music, we're gonna talk about the time the South rose up. Go ahead, R. Reed. Give us the breakdown.
To the beam.
1995 Source Awards.
Let's go back, way back. Dun, dun, dun. The year was 1995. Dun, dun. What album was that?
As I march to the beat on my own damn drum with the spirit.
No, that was Southern Playlist of
the soul of the slums.
All you kids don't know what the Source is.
They don't, because remember they were best new artists, so it had to be
mics.
Southern Playlistic.
The Source used to be this thing that was respected amongst the hip hop community, like your not World Star, because World Star's trash. I don't think
it's kind of like what y'all consider to be the Grammys now, because y'all are dumb and have now decided that white awards are the awards that matter. Continue.
So I'm not even like what we're saying now is like the Source was like the streets telling you your album was hot or not. And could you do me a favor and look up the people who were nominated for the award in 1995 Source Award?
Yes,
Outkast went on stage because they had just won Best New Artist. And keep in mind, the rap game was very different, guys. If you're a little younger, you're going to have to remember this. From the 90 to about 90, what year Tupac died?
96.
96. It was East Coast versus West Coast, with the East Coast originating hip-hop, as they claim, from the early from the 80s, 70s, early 70s, there's other people like that. And then the East Coast and the West Coast came with the rise of NWA, Tupac, Ice-T, like going back. The West Coast rose. And once Tupac died, the West Coast died. But that's not here nor there. There was always the South. No one ever respected the South. You got your people like 2 Live Crew with their videos. They were so raunchy, but man, it wasn't really much of a song. I feel a little ooh coming up. Ooh. Yeah. And somebody tried to make that argument. That's the real rap. No, them niggas was trash.
That's the real rap.
You had some people who were trying to make music, but they never really did it because they weren't getting their credit because the South just wasn't there for music. Outkast wins Best New Artist going up against
a whole bunch of people because apparently nobody decided to care about who the other people were.
Okay, so they won this award and they get up there, they start booing them.
Straight up boo.
Boo.
Yeah, all I see is the winners. Nobody is apparently.
Hey, could you tell them what Andre said?
The South got something to say.
From then on, the rise of the South started. So Outkast, you're gonna be forever thanked for that. So that leads us to another question. What's that question?
That question is, since the Outkast changed everything and they made the South get recognition and the South has risen to where it is today, where now a lot of people feel like a lot of the best music is coming out the South.
And this ain't the Civil War, boy. The South just won.
I would argue that the South runs the game.
Well, yes. So that becomes a question. Does the South run hip-hop right now,
Still.
to this day?
The South is the most influential.
14 years later.
The problem people had with the South back then because they would have hot beats and no lyrics. Then for a while, let's say in the 90s, we had got some rappers, but there were none that really came up to Outkast level. Although there were some people who didn't get credit because that nigga Cool Breeze, Killer Mike, like people like that never really got the credit for how good of a rapper they were.
Nope, not at all. To this
Kilo
day.
Ali, I feel like I'm missing people. Dungeon Family. If I'm missing you, I'm so sorry because early 99s, like late 99s, we got our Trick Daddies. Who else from the South?
Maybe because I'm a thug.
Texas came about.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was a whole bunch of people. That Paul Wall, Mike Jones. Anybody remember Mike Jones' phone number?
Mike Jones, who? Mike Jones, 60.
Pun B?
I don't know off the top of my fucking head.
I never liked that guy.
Pimp C?
Oh, MGK.
MGK.
UGK, yeah.
No, it's both of them, right? UGK.
No,
MGK is in.
No.
MGK is in
Machine-
A-Ball. A-Ball.
Oh.
8-Ball MJ.
MJG.
MJG.
Yeah, I was like,
That
wait a
nigga
minute.
spells his name in every verse he's ever did. By the way, they released a new song, just to let y'all know.
They did?
Yes.
True.
But anyway, getting out of this music category into something else, Future released the Wizard album, and it's lounge music for people who are not currently drinking lean. That's all I'm going to say on it. But the bigger thing is, how do you feel about what Andre 3000 said about Future? He said that he makes negative inspirational music.
He was very kind.
You were saying you think he's very kind?
Yeah. Future music is trash.
I mean, his music is trash, but it's infectious.
He makes some good.
Wicked, 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 wicked.
I don't like that. Turn off the lights. I'm looking forward to. I love that song. That's my favorite song, man.
By Future?
Yeah. Turn off the lights.
Turn off the lights. Mask Off, I think, was
Mask
made
Off
by the
is
beat.
the beat.
Yeah, this
it's
is the beat. This is the
man.
beat.
I'm trying to think of other Future songs that got me.
There's no other Future song that you really need.
I don't need magic. Voila. Magic.
Gucci Flip Flops. That's about it.
Yeah. I'm not a Future super fan, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not either. And I think that's the thing about it. His music is inspirational, but his music isn't something that you can't live without.
Like R. Kelly.
No, you can live without You can live without R. Kelly.
You can live without anybody's music.
I know, but that's the thing about it. Is people aren't saying you have to give up everything. We're just calling you on your bullshit, which is you can live without it. Because niggas acting like
I didn't say
they
I can live
can't.
without it. I said I'm not going to live without it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted confirmation for.
It's calling.
Again, you don't have to have that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You just said that you could live without it. I'm calling you on your bullshit, Reed.
Yeah, but the song is awesome and you know it.
The song is not that great.
Hold on, let me ask you, do you think he made good music? That's all that matters.
Overall,
I love people who can make good music.
overall, I think he made infectious music.
Because Amy Winehouse...
He definitely is I'll give him this. He's definitely a genius.
Amy Winehouse was super fucked up. And
Yes.
her music's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
I guess you're saying you're hurting yourself. It doesn't matter.
Fucking all that shit. I want to go into relationships.
What the hell is going on?
Close. But the question I have is, can a man last too long in bed?
I don't know, man. Usually I go about 4 hours.
Yeah, you can.
I don't really get that many complaints. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm talking about. Yeah.
So you don't think 4 hours is a little long?
It's actually pretty short for me. Normally I go 12.
Like a boxing match.
So you go 12 rounds of an hour each round. Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I thought. Disappointing Reed.
I got mine.
Hey,
You don't even need yours. It doesn't even do anything. It's just a retarded function of your body. Like you don't need that. I need mine. Make baby.
Well, since all embryos and things start out as female, technically we're the offspring that are the weird ones. But, you know, that's neither here nor there.
That shit, I was science by a woman.
No, that was science by a man because
you
we
a
didn't
feminist?
let women do science back then.
Are you a feminist?
Remember, we didn't let
You
women.
sound like a feminist, bro. Man came first. Ain't no way.
I'm a black feminist. That's what I am.
I'm glad you put black first.
I'm a black feminist because I care about black people's issues first, then women's rights, and then everything else kind of trickles down. But black people's issues is always number one. Close and near and dear to my heart.
Start working with the white women.
No. You got it mixed up.
Oh, hey, you explain it.
Stop getting used by white women.
Oh. Well,
That's different. Because you're saying stop working.